Welcome, friends, to Tending Wounds Tuesday, Week 1, Spiritual Abuse. I'm so thankful you're here. Language is powerful. It's what brought me freedom after many years of suffering under something I couldn't name. When I finally found the words, the fog began to lift, and I want the same for you. Each week in this series, we'll name one wound with compassion and bring it into the presence of the real Jesus, the one who sees you, stays with you, and calls you worthy of gentle care. We're starting with 12 weeks on religious trauma, naming a different wound each week, but this is just the first part of the journey. Over the year, we'll also be tending wounds with toxic family systems, wounds from narcissistic institutions, and from complex PTSD. So if religious trauma is not your story, there's still a place for you here. We will get to the wounds that might speak more directly to your life. A gentle note before we begin. I'm not a clinician, and nothing here is meant as a diagnosis. I'm speaking to you as a fellow survivor, someone who has walked through these same valleys and is still on the healing journey. The wounds we name here aren't meant to box you in. They're meant to give you language and clarity. If something I share resonates, I encourage you to bring it to your own therapist, counselor, or trusted support so you can process it more deeply with Jesus' steady and healing presence. Let's talk about this week's wound, spiritual abuse. Spiritual abuse happens when religious language, scripture, or spiritual authority is given and used to control, shame, or harm. It can sound like you just need to submit, forgive and forget, or you're not being Christ-like. If you left this church, you left God. Your anxiety means you're losing the spiritual battle. If you had more faith, you wouldn't still be struggling. This kind of harm turns trauma responses, things like panic, depression, disassociation, into accusations. It can make you feel like your very human survival instincts are a spiritual failure. And it is dangerous because it stamps God's name on someone else's control. Here's the truth. The real Jesus never manipulated anyone to keep them near. He never threatened love, never twisted scripture to protect abusers, never silenced the hurting to keep up appearances. When you were wounded, he wasn't behind the pulpit or in the office making demands. He was the one sitting beside you, holding the fragments of your heart, and he still is. His voice speaks truth with kindness. His words bring life, not fear. His tone is steady and full of love, and never conditional. His hands bring healing, not harm. His light surrounds you with safety and warmth. His water is living, washing away the residue of fear. Let's take a moment with him now. If it feels safe, take a slow breath and picture Jesus with you here in this moment. If you've been carrying heavy words spoken in God's name, imagine him gently taking them from your hands and replacing them with his own words of truth and love. Notice what changes in your body as you let his presence surround you. And here's my blessing for you this week, beautiful soul. Your wound is not too messy for him. Your questions are not too loud. Your anger is not a barrier to His presence. May you feel the difference between His voice and theirs. May you remember always you are seen by Jesus, safe with Jesus, and deeply loved by Jesus. Go in peace, and may His peace go with you. Next week, we'll talk about religious gaslighting, when God's name is used to twist reality, make you doubt your memory, or frame harm as your fault. We'll place it in the hands of Jesus, who tells the truth without fear and restores clarity to the soul. You are loved. You are very deeply loved. Go in peace. I will see you next week. Same place, same time.